She laughed. Please, he'd never walk away. He needs me too much. Her friends agreed in a chorus of knowing hums. I just sipped my drink and kept my mouth shut. A week later, I accepted an out-of-state job offer, packed everything I cared about, and disappeared without a goodbye. And weeks after that, when she finally came around ready to cry and negotiate and reclaim her power, she froze in the hallway of my old building because a different couple was living in what she still believed was our apartment. That moment wasn't the beginning of the end. It was the epilogue. The real ending had started long before, in a living room filled with people who all thought they knew everything about me. But let me go back. The night it all shifted, we were at a rooftop bar she loved, one of those places that served cocktails with flowers floating in them and played music loud enough to make everyone shout with false enthusiasm. She thrived there. I tolerated it for her sake. She was surrounded by her friends, polished, sharp-eyed women who operated like a boardroom disguised as a brunch club. They were dissecting someone else's breakup, a mutual friend whose boyfriend had spiraled after being dumped. "That's so embarrassing," one of them said. "Why do men get so clingy when things end?" My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, leaned back, crossed her legs, and tilted her head toward me like I was a pet on display. "That would never be my problem," she declared. "He'd never leave. He's terrified of being alone." She flicked her hand toward me, the way someone waves toward a quiet dog lying under the table. "He'd fall apart without me." The group laughed, not cruelly, casually, like it was a shared truth about me everyone accepted. I didn't say anything. I didn't confront her. I didn't defend myself. I let the moment sit in the air like a dropped glass no one noticed smashing. But something inside me settled. It didn't burn or break. It stilled. She thought I stayed because I couldn't stand on my own. She had no idea she was the one I'd been lowering myself for.
I left the rooftop early, telling her I was tired. She'd barely heard me over the noise. She waved me off like a background character exiting a scene. When I got home, I didn't sleep. I opened my laptop. For months, I'd been ignoring recruiter emails from bigger cities, Chicago, Denver, Nashville. Tempting roles with bigger teams, bigger challenges, bigger opportunities. I'd turned them all down because she didn't want to move, and because I'd convinced myself stability was more important than potential. That night, clarity made everything simple. I opened the most recent recruiter message, one from a firm in Denver offering a leadership role. "If you ever reconsider," the email ended, "we'd be thrilled to talk." I wrote back, "I'm ready to discuss the position." They responded 20 minutes later. 2 interviews the next morning, another the following day, a technical challenge, a leadership panel. By Friday, I had a signed contract, a start date, and a generous relocation package. By Saturday, I had boxes, hired movers, and scheduled a flight. By Sunday, my old life was a cleared-out shell. Not once did I consider telling her. Not because I wanted revenge, but because explaining myself would grant her a power she never earned. I didn't own my apartment, but my lease was month to month. And my landlord, an older man who adored me because I never complained, was thrilled when I told him my cousin wanted to rent the place. He approved the switch instantly. "Good kid," he said. "He can move in the day you move out." Perfect. I called my cousin Liam and his girlfriend Maya, 2 broke grad students whose apartment ceiling had literally collapsed the week before. They were ecstatic. I handed them the lease, the keys, and wished them luck. Then I boxed up everything my ex had left in my place. Her hair straightener, her stack of leggings, her decorative throw pillows I always hated, the 5 fancy mugs she insisted were ours. All of it went into a storage locker near her workplace. I prepaid for 3 months. I taped the key to an envelope that I left with the leasing office, along with a brief note. "Your belongings are here. I wish you well. T." No explanations, no apologies, no accusations. Just closure. Her messages started Sunday evening. "Are you mad? Why aren't you answering? Are you ignoring me? Grow up. Seriously? This is childish. Okay, I'm worried. Where are you? T, just talk to me. I muted the thread. I didn't block her. Blocking still communicates something. Silence communicates nothing. And silence was the only thing she had ever refused to hear.
Denver felt like waking up after years of sleeping with heavy blankets pressing down on my chest. My new team was sharp, kind, lively. The work was demanding in the best way. The city was alive with mountains and fresh air and room to breathe. I bought plants, I started hiking, I made friends without effort, something she had convinced me I was incapable of doing. And slowly, the part of me she'd shaped to fit her world, quiet, accommodating, apologetic, unfolded into something stronger. I didn't miss her, not once. 3 weeks later, Liam FaceTimed me. He was grinning like he had news he couldn't wait to spill. "You're not gonna believe who showed up," he said. I already knew. He flipped the camera to show the hallway of my old building. My ex stood at the door, her fist raised mid-knock. She was dressed like she expected an audience. Hair perfect, mascara already smudged just enough to look tragic. She wasn't there to talk. She was there to perform. Liam opened the door. "Hi," she said breathlessly, peering past him. "Where is he?" "Where's who?" Liam asked. "Don't play games." Her voice cracked with her hearsed emotion. "I need to talk to T, please." "Oh," Liam said, in the same tone someone uses when realizing a stranger is at the wrong restaurant. "Yeah, he doesn't live here. We moved in 3 weeks ago." She blanked, hard. "What do you mean he doesn't live here? This is his apartment." "Nope, our apartment now." Liam gestured behind him. Their mismatched thrifted furniture, their blankets, their pictures, everything screamed not her life. He relocated for work, new job, new city, he's doing great. Her breath caught. He left without telling me? Liam shrugged sympathetically. He said you'd understand. I laughed when he said that part. It was perfect. She tried to step inside the doorway, but Liam blocked her without seeming to. Maya appeared beside him, holding a mug of tea, wearing slippers shaped like cartoon bears. Maya stared at her like Maya had taken her place in a script she hadn't realized she'd been written out of. "He just left?" she whispered. "Yup," Maya said gently, seemed really excited about the move. My ex swallowed, and her makeup suddenly made her look small instead of polished. "Did he leave anything? A letter? A message?" "Oh," Liam snapped his fingers. "Yeah, the office downstairs has something for you. They've been holding it." She didn't thank him. She didn't speak at all. She just turned and walked away, stiff and slow, like a puppet whose strings had been cut. Later that night, Liam called again. "Bro," he said, "she came back with the envelope. Her face was, I don't even know the word, like she was trying to make a puzzle fit, but the pieces weren't even from the same box." The note I'd left her was only 2 sentences. The storage key taped inside wasn't dramatic. The refund check I included for the money she'd spent on shared groceries wasn't necessary. But the emptiness of it all, the lack of emotion, was the thing that rattled her. She had always believed dominance was emotional. She had never considered the power of absence. Silence was the last language I ever spoke to her. It was also the truthest. Sitting on my balcony, watching the sun drop behind the mountains, I waited to feel something about her confusion, her hurt pride, her unraveling. I felt nothing. Not spite, not victory, not regret, just a steady calm. She had been convinced I was orbiting her, held in place by her gravity. But I had simply been standing still, choosing to stay. And the moment she made it clear she thought I couldn't leave, I realized I already had. The last line of the story wasn't dramatic. It wasn't sharp. It wasn't loud. It was just the quiet truth of a door closing behind me. I didn't fall apart without her. I just walked away and finally became whole.